And we are back. Heart, the city beneath. Chapter 3, From Above. Session number 4, I want to say. And we have another unique combination of players. Just Kael and Soshar.
Quite the perfect duo.
Oh, yes. The forced boys.
Besties might be a stretch.
Not if you allow Soshar to open his heart.
He's still hunting for that heart.
Oh, yeah. To eat it.
To crush it back into oblivion, yep.
Yeah. Nice. All right, cool. So I promise a buddy cop style adventure today, a la Rush Hour, etc., etc. But we do rejoin the action in the firebase of the Hounds in the middle of a delve, which you've just successfully helped to defend from people who've gone mad, supporting the cult of the Hungry Deep. And we left off with Kael discovering the downed figure of Monsignor Damon.
You did.
Who requested him to do something disgraceful, but you did it anyway. And we said that he would actually not be dead. He'd be wounded.
Yes.
And you would have a chance to save him.
So I did think about this a little bit in terms of how I could sort of tie it into my advancement.
Oh, cool.
What I'd like to say has happened is so when this abomination was destroyed by the faithful blazing strikes of Kael, he, through the power of faith, so he might believe, has learned one of the secret names of the threefold Damnum. And then there is a sort of secondary advancement to that with a minor beat that I haven't spent yet. That one of the fragments he has learnt is the fragment of Lignye. And I assume that when he actually will speak these, it's not going to be Lignye, it's going to be like, what's that language in the Warhammer universe? Where they speak it and it's all it's like the words of power, that whole thing. That one. Anyway,
I know what you mean.
So when he used, that's the Oath of Sagacity, and when he uses that, while it's like a distressing attack, primarily with the minor fragment, all nearby allies will actually remove stress from blood. So I thought there could be a nice thing here where, as a part, maybe he learns this name, he's empowered, maybe even he sort of screams it out in frustration, and yet there's actually some kind of healing force for the faithful as a part of it.
Yes, I knew you had a healing spell in there somewhere.
Very loosely healing, but
cool.
So maybe he still needs to do a check. I don't know if you want to balance that out somehow. But what I can say is that when finding the body of Monsignor Damon, that's right, difficult name. He, I guess, almost in like a trance state or something, or like a sort of semi-unaware state, he screams out what can only be described as an unword. Because none of you can perceive the name of this fragment of the goddess's name. So I suppose anyone can heal D4 blood stress. But hopefully this helps at least in the opportunity to save.
Nice, yeah. Well, I think mechanically, you were the only one who took any blood stress, actually, and
I've got some blood stress still, so I'll heal up at the same time. So Soshar's feeling inspired by this.
Fair enough. somehow.
Oh yeah,
Against all the odds.
Soshar really gets his moment to be inspired by religion.
He can't understand what you're saying, so he can't even shut his heart to it.
Yeah.
But in a weird
Yeah.
way, he respects the power you've just spoken. It's like for the first time, Soshar has a brief moment of respect for you. Of like you've
Something
actually,
real.
yeah.
He is starting to believe.
That's enough. Yeah.
Nice. Yes. Nice. And it was a very Milo moment when you were facing down the big boss monster. And it's like, well, I've got actually all these abilities that mean that none of the rules apply long enough for me to kill this giant thing.
Yeah. Finally used basically with them.
Cool. So you head over to Monsignor Damon, and this word, maybe he's kind of coughing and spluttering, and there's sort of blood pooling from the wound around him, and maybe he's starting to fade, and you shout this word, and it's almost like a defibrillator poof, onto his heart, and his eyes go wide with a gasp, and he seems to be somewhat stabilized, but he still needs obviously medical attention. And I think the shout brings the attention of the hounds, who were dealing with the aftermath of the battle. And so one of the ones who's trained in medicine, comes over and starts bandaging up Damon's wound. And he's saying, my son, and he's reaching out to you, beckoning you closer.
Yes, he obviously. I think he hurries over, but in like a state of like sort of confusion at what just sort of went through, sort of pronounced itself through him.
Yeah.
And says, Monsignor, it is. I've forgotten how I talk. It is not your time to go to ash yet. The ember still burns within you, but we must know. We must know where you were going. We've been betrayed.
His sort of eyes look around and he says, betrayed, no. I think this is all part of the goddess's plan. I was meant to be here. I see that now. I was meant to have met you. Let you carry on my burden. I was for Avalon. Across the Worm Sea. The resting place of the goddess.
Oh, this feels like quite like shocking information. Like, but brother, what do you mean the resting place? You know? Is this some secret of the higher orders of our church?
He says, I have been sent a vision. I know it to be true. I have been drawn there for most of my life, and I have finally decided to make my way there. And it was only Thestra who believed me. Only Thestra who chose to attend to me and come to Avalon.
Remember my vision too, Amyrran Zone. Just remember.
I had a vision first.
Mine came first, and mine was from your goddess.
Hush now, Soshar. There's more important things at play right now than what you believe you saw.
No, I saw.
Thestra was the only one who saw the way. It was Thestra who we think probably killed you, tried to kill you. I'm trying to remember if we actually know for certain. It was Thestra. She must have been the one. She must have been the one
He's saying, Thistra, no. No, she will save us all, my son. You must go to her. And then I think what happens is, sorry, I will say in tandem, you hear the voice of the sergeant who's in charge. And I did have a name for him. Sergeant Yqem, which which I really wanted Mikey to be here for, to see how he would spell it, but 'cause it sounds like Benedict Cumberbatch saying penguin.
That is the first thing that came to my mind when you said it. Pangling.
Notorious Bandersnatch Cummerbund penguin scene.
The scenes. He comes. Sergeant Yqem comes over. That sounds really silly name. Oh well. He comes over and
Waddles over.
He waddles over. Toots at you. And surveys, and he's being followed by some other hounds, and there's a bit of a commotion. And he looks at Monsignor Damon, sorry, not the body of. He's not dead. Oh. And he sort of motions forward, and you see two other hounds grabbing a third hound between them, who's kind of trying to like get out of them and saying, Delvers, I think I have the prime suspect for this attempted killing. We unfortunately caught one of our hounds trying to escape the firebase in the middle of the battle. He carries a knife with him, with blood on it. I imagine it matches the wound of the Monsignor.
Shall we test?
Sorry.
And the third hound, who's kind of being held, he's saying, "Let go of me! I did not do anything." And then he sees you, Soshar, and he says, "Wait, Soshar, you know me. I am Black Tongue. You remember me, don't you? Yes. You know I would not do anything like this. Please."
May I make a discern check against him?
Oh, God.
That makes a lot more sense than my approach, so yeah.
I think especially feeling like there's power flowing through him, he says, the goddess will see the truth of your story. So I'm going to get, still get domain here, aren't I?
It was a religion domain, yeah.
Religion,
Only
yes.
we had an ability that could discern if to like find out if someone's bullshitting or not.
Not today, Satan. That is a 4, 2, and a 3 for you, audio listeners.
We're off to a great start with the roll.
The goddess is like, look, I don't want to make anyone's mouth chew on glass.
So cool and would be so useful.
Get more dice back.
I'm fine.
Yes. Look, everybody calm down. That's 3 failed dice. Okay, it's 3 failed. That's
Soshar might have a better approach.
That's unfortunately some stress.
Yeah, I bet.
That's 5 stress to let's say some mind stress.
Yeah, that checks out. I've taken 5 mind stress personally.
Yeah. And you're fresh, are you, from your ability, I imagine?
Not from that, but I was fresh. Oh, from the one last time I healed stuff, yeah.
Yep. So I rolled a 10, so you're all good on the fallout front.
Roger that.
I assume locking eyes with this guy, I obviously do recognize him.
Mm-hmm.
I think Soshar would kind of laugh at the thought of bumping into this person again. This one is likely not to be the murderer. Nope, wrong word. He's not a murderer, is he? Because the guy's not dead. This is likely not who we are looking for. This one is but a coward instead. I'm not surprised you found him fleeing here.
He looks at you venomously. He says, Soshar, I know your secret. Vouch for me, I will tell everyone. I'm sure the sergeant here would like to know who is amongst him and his comrades in this base. Not a real hound, I would wager.
It was him. Murder him here on the spot.
Sergeant says, what is he talking about?
I have no idea what he's talking about. But perhaps we should first find out where he says he got this knife before jumping straight to making our decisions. Wouldn't want to do anything rash, would we? As I will stare at him quite aggressively.
Is that a capital S stare or...
I think that is going to be a capital S stare. I think that certainly is going to be a... Yeah, I'm going to stare him down. Obviously, I know it counts as a kill skill, but it doesn't. It doesn't. It does state while you are using the kill skill with it, it doesn't actually kill them. It disheartens them. It's just it tells me to use the kill skill for the roll.
Okay.
What did we say the domains were for here?
Warren religion.
Never mind. Should have kind of guessed that one. Just the 2 dice then, actually.
Yeah, must be nice.
Well, it's a critty. It's a critty.
Some good dice then.
Yeah.
What was it? Crit. I moved the scale up.
Yes.
To a D8. Oh, look at that. It's a really, really disheartening stare for this guy to shut the fuck up, focus on the knife.
I love the Ludo narrative dissonance of an ability where you stare at people to do damage to them.
To dishearten them.
Yes.
Sometimes to death.
Yeah. Yeah, what does 8 disheartening damage look like?
Like they're ready to cry.
Okay, he... I don't know why, but the murderous look in your eyes makes him say, it's like, yeah, alright, so what? I stabbed the old man. He was another mouth to feed. And it wasn't my idea, it was the woman's idea anyway. You should go and talk to her. Sure as sure.
This one has clearly been led astray by these religious folk as well.
Sure. Sorry, I was slightly zoned out there. Sure.
It's like, oh, you want to talk about leading astray, Soshar? You gack.
You were the one who stood by.
Let me tell you, Sergeant, this so-called Hound. He's no Hound by our design. The badge.
I have a badge, do I not? I have a badge. It makes me a hound.
The badge belonged to my friend, who was killed by this man, and his badge was given to him.
His badge was given to me because you stood by, and he got in the way a little bit.
It was on you, Soshar, and you know it. You don't deserve to wear the badge.
I was here for this fighting, not running away. I was standing quietly in the background, but I was here.
Soshar has proven himself more of a hound than a coward who would stab an old man in the back.
Kael, careful. The buddy he refers to was also an old man. Very careful.
He was 2 weeks from retirement. Sergeant Ingwin. Sergeant Penguin says, all right, I've heard enough. We have your confession. Black Tongue, I'm afraid I have to strip the badge from you. As for you, Soshar, and your friends, I think it's time that you moved on from my base. This is too much drama for one day.
What about the
Sergeant,
woman?
I'm afraid it is not quite enough. And Kael swings his brazier into the traitor hound. Not to kill him, like maybe a smash in the stomach. Not like a conk over the head. You're definitely dead. But a vindictive strike of punishment.
Wow. He's already taken 8 damage.
This time he's taking physical damage, though. Mine was just emotional.
Yeah.
The worst kind.
The worst kind. So you hit him with the brazier and he doubles over. You gack. You gacking priest. And the sergeant says, all right, that's enough. Delvers, get out of my base. I don't want to see you again. We'll deal with
the woman.
We'll deal with our own. And we'll make sure the Monsignor is patched up and sent back to Deredictus.
Our work here has been helpful. We have helped bring the light. I only hope that you are able to maintain it while we are not here.
Thanks for the suggestion. I'll light an extra brazier. Now get out.
As you wish.
As we're leaving, I think Soshar would turn to Kael and be like, whilst he was a coward, his hate was misplaced in me. The church is the reason his buddy died. And is the reason I was there too, so be careful.
What do you mean, be careful of the church?
Your church is the one who overstepped. Your church is the one who took my family in. I only tried to fight back for them. That coward did stand to the side then as he did today.
And our church speaks to bring the light and shine truth upon all things, not speak in riddles.
There was no
Soshar,
riddle,
what is it
they
that you
just
wish to
took
say?
slavery. Your church is the reason people died that day.
Many are lost in the great act of bringing the light. Brother?
Didn't have to be my family.
Tense in the body cop.
Goshan's like, okay, friends, let's go. Come on, everybody go to the elf.
And the bees follow.
I think as they go though, I think Kael would say to Soshar that Soshar, it is in my nature to defend the church, but I wish to know more of what happened to you when you are ready to speak of it.
That is a tale for another day.
Oh, did you literally just Baldur's Gate companion him? I won't talk about this anymore. Ask me again in a bit more adventure time.
After another long rest, then you can poke again.
Look, Kael, I'm not going to talk to you
Until I
again.
know you won't totally defend the church. But until you realize your church is not as pure as you make out to be.
Is it as pure as your visions, Soshar?
That was a very pure vision. Very, very clear. Get to the Amyrran Zone.
Described it in such detail, it was hard not to be moved by it.
Yes, get to the Amyrran Zone.
Well, first, I believe I'm called to Avalon.
No, I think I call it to the Amyrran Zone. For your church to repay its sins.
You can hear
You to repay your
Damon's-
sins, sorry. No, not your church, you specifically. I think was my vision.
Oh, you think? Mm-hmm. Very good, brother. Well, we should perhaps meditate on the best course of action.
Amyrran Zone straight ahead, that's what it is. Perfect
You're gonna have
action.
to toss a coin.
Well, he said beyond the Worm Sea. So,
Yeah, so where's that?
How's that map drawing, Bill? How's that cartography going?
yeah, Goshan,
Assume
stare
there's
into
just a sign
oblivion
that
again.
says sort of like, go left and hope for worms, and you'll end up at the worm
Yeah.
sea.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Right. Well, let me just see. So, you carry on down the remainder of this delve. And most of the resistance was taken up by the events that happened in the firebase. So you're all good. You help the hounds maintain the connection, so you're all good.
Even though
there.
they kicked us out afterwards.
Yeah. Well, somebody had a checkered past, Soshar.
Somebody does have a checkered past.
Yeah, and got in trouble for someone revealing it.
Still a hound.
Also, it's
yeah.
my favorite part of this game is when one of the players knows they're doing a beat, and I know they're doing a beat, and we're kind of talking like we both know, and everyone else is oblivious until at the end of the session they go, "Oh yeah."
It's a really good little dynamic you get to have in private, isn't it?
Yeah. But when Mikey was like, "So, what did you do that was disgraceful? What did you do?" Like, damn it! Spent ages coming up with that.
We sat there saying the word, saying, "Well, it would be disgraceful not to do it." Would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you're just like, "Can I please get some more mind stress? I've got a beat."
Yes.
Please.
Assuming he's not going to be watching through this to call you out on this.
Oh,
later.
he is. He is, and I know it.
He might call me out on it later, but and he can call me out on this as well, because there was that time when he claimed to have just watched it, yet couldn't recall a single thing from it. So we'll see.
So we've
so
planted the seeds for him to see. The test is if you get called out, we know he watched.
And quite early on as well, actually. So I'd say the odds are at its highest of receiving that call out in the next few days.
Yes. He's going to be skiing whilst listening to this on YouTube Music and being like, "Oi, little shits."
I think I called you out during last week, didn't I?
Yes. Yeah.
I usually get called out by somebody.
Oh yeah, uncommitted manner. That was it. You talked about.
Oh, yeah, that was accurate.
No, Soshar's very committed to this journey.
Yes.
Yes. I like leaving the little traps to see if people are actually gonna listen back to it or not. Right. So you continue down these tunnels, and usual day in the heart. Tunnels, going down some tunnels, and you see another sort of path leading off the tunnel you're on, and you see another one of those arrows with EC next to it.
We still haven't worked that one out, have we? Even though it's something we should be, no.
Oh, is it gonna be in that fat handout?
No, no, it's not. It was something that I mentioned in the session before last. Yeah. But you trusted it last time, and nothing's.
That's true. I think we established that might as well follow a sign.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than following not a sign, maybe.
That's a good logic.
The logic is really that we can't possibly know which one's better. So,
We followed it last time. It worked somewhat out.
well, I suppose as they say, brother, consistency is key.
I am now sold on this journey.
By the light. By the light, consistency is key.
Oh, I forgot. We invented a canonical greeting last week, and I forgot what it was now.
You did. It was the it was by the light, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the first thing, and then the response was
Oh, it was just something like by the light of the fire, the shadow of the moon, or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think if it sounds, I think the rule of it just has to be like contrast.
oh yeah,
And that's it. As long as you do that, I think you're good.
yeah. They probably just freestyle it a lot of the time. There's so many different sects, right? They're all valid.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Unless you say, by the hungry deep,
Yeah, that's a dead giveaway.
by the sweaty pits. Cool. So you follow this this arrow tunnel, and soon you start to hear these roaring sounds, and there's almost like a tremble to the tunnels. Like it feels like the tunnel is vibrating as you hear these roars and these large noises of metallic crashes. And you get up to a point where you see it's going to open up into a cavern, and you can feel like that is where the source of this tremendous noise is coming from. And at the kind of the opening to this cavern, there stands a man, and he's kind of just leaning on the side of the wall, and he's dressed in sort of light brown fatigues for the boots, and he's just standing there, and he's got a little notepad out, and he's just sketching, looking into this cavern. And he turns around and sees you, and he looks as if he's been waiting for you all this, like, while standing there. Doesn't look surprised at all. And he goes, hello. Thought you might find me here.
Did you leave the signs?
He says, signs, dear boy? Do you mean the arrows?
Potato, potato.
No, thank you.
I wasn't offered. Oh, yeah. I'll take that as a yes.
I'll show you a picture in the chat.
Oh, excellent.
What's Indiana Jones doing here?
He's saying, the name's Excalibur Carter. Something of an explorer extraordinaire down here in the heart.
That'll be easy.
Well, yes, that's right.
Yep, we missed that one.
He says, says, I wouldn't recommend going through there. Unless you fancy losing a limb to an angry god. Can be a good day out, I suppose. But I've explored a lot around here. Can't quite recall when I started, but I certainly have been around these parts, so if you'd like me to direct you to a detour to somewhere else that you'd like to go, then I'm all ears. Let's be pals. Fellow explorers.
And what are you exploring for?
Well, what are we all exploring for down here, my boy? We're, of course, exploring for the heart, away inside, to get what we always wanted.
Again, I should have seen that coming.
Yes, you're something of a bringer of the light yourself, I suppose. We perhaps share some things in our desire to find the dark places and make them known.
Wait. Do you know where the Amyrran Zone is?
The Amyrran Zone, dear boy, of course. I've been there many times. It is the easiest way to try and get to the heart. Every time I've tried to get to the heart, I'd say the last few times I've made my way through the Amyrran Zone, I would think it'd be foolish not to.
But you've never reached the heart through this easy path.
No, I've not. I'm afraid the final obstacle eluded me.
It's the final obstacle.
He sort of looks off, like he's suddenly just forgotten. It's like, I don't really remember, but I don't know, for some reason I can never quite get there. It's the most curious thing. My pals and I, however we try, we never seem to get there.
When he says his pals, is there any other pals with us today?
No.
I had a feeling that was going to be the answer, weirdly enough. And where are your pals now?
He sort of just does like a dismissive gesture. Oh, they're around. You know, I think one of them might be in the wormery that tends to be where they spend the most time. It's actually in the Amyrran Zone itself. So if you ever find your way there, then do give them my regards.
Would you take us to the Amyrran Zone?
Ah, well, you see, it's a bit of an issue. I can't actually travel with you. I can only travel myself, you know. Strangest thing. I find myself back here if I ever try and partner up with anyone.
Awfully convenient. Or inconvenient.
But
can you point us in the way? There we go.
Of course. I said we were friends, didn't I? I meant it.
And why are we friends?
Well, we're fellow explorers. One of us will make it to the heart one of these days.
And every explorer is our friend.
Every explorer is your friend. Unless they otherwise aren't. But I can't speak to that.
I'll stick with Aunt.
Is it bad that I really like him, even though he's clearly designed to be quite annoying?
It just feels like a LucasArts game character.
Yeah. You've travelled much around here, and I wonder, what do you know of the route to Avalon?
Ah, Avalon. Yes, I know it. I've been there. Fascinating place. You go across the Worm Sea, and you see the Tower of Avalon in the moon's light, and it's all very moving. It's fantastic. I can't stand the priests, though. They're a bit annoying. But I know where it is. It's of course it's by the Wormsea. It's other side of the Wormery, of course.
Soshar, perhaps you indeed will be friends with this gentleman. You certainly share some interests, shall we say?
This is a stretch.
Yeah, don't mind him. On his darker days, he says things like this a lot. Most of his days are quite dark, of course, but
Oh, not with your light.
don't you think just because I'm a priest I don't catch sarcasm?
No.
No.
Wow, it was so perfectly synchronized little drinkies there.
That was it.
Yeah. I feel like I have more questions for him, but I feel like most of the answers in riddles.
I think my main question for him is draw a route to the Amyrran Zone, and we're good.
It's a good place to start.
Well,
I think we've missed
impossible to
a
map
fairly
that.
a big one that I think he started with. The god. I think we've brushed past that bit rather significantly.
Yes, I was going to ask about that.
I'll leave that one to you. That does feel more your domain.
There was something you mentioned just as we started conversing that there's a god nearby and risk of death. I'm a man of religion myself, so I find myself to be quite interested.
Yeah. Leans back against the tunnel wall as like, yes. Yeah, strange thing. Not a god you and I would know, of course. Probably a god from a forgotten age, an age of savages, most likely. Well, take a look for yourself. And he gestures to the opening of the cavern.
And as we're walking to clearly have a look at the thing, I'm going to say, modern day is still full of savages, especially the religious kind.
It's a good job that we have a sneaky and noble, legitimate hound to venture out sometimes into these darker...
Do you see my badge? That makes me legitimate.
Soshar, my brother, that's what I said.
Where's your badge?
I'm a priest. I would not be sarcastic to one of my flock.
Have you got a badge?
Here, where's your badge? I've got mine.
So Milo's next character, the Vermissian Knight, is going to have a very cool badge made of cogs. Like a Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched season 2? Fallout.
No,
Mine's got,
it's still on my
mine's got
list.
a big 33 on it, though. I've got a big 33 on the badge.
Very cool, Soshar. It's very cool. We all know it's cool. Well, who's having a look? You're not looking. You're not peeking.
But I've got obviously a
mean-
look.
Obviously, yeah. Obviously, you can't not look when someone says there's a god next door, can you?
That is true.
I'm also starting
Even
to
if- even if they're like-
gods we find are any of the gods actually gods?
Brother, you've been spending time with the scriptures. Getting awfully philosophical the more time we spend together.
I don't think it's about spending time with you that's making me philosophical. It's the fact that we keep bumping into more and more god-like things. What is a god? What have I become?
Ooh. Big questions.
I think it would be a fairly big question of Soshar, as we are coming across more and more little like different religious sects and things now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll wait for the description of this god before I really decide how far down this existential crisis Soshar is about to have.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a little peek, and you see the source of this roaring vibration in the tunnels, and you see this cavern has a big pit with a path going around the outside. And inside this pit, chained to the wall, is this huge humanoid horror with 3 heads. One of them mostly being blown off, like missing a big chunk of it. And you can see that it's chained with these huge chains to the side of the rock, and it's roaring in anger and in pain, and rattling its chains. And you can see that some of them are like pretty bloody loose out of the rock. And Excalibur says, "You see what I mean? I wouldn't recommend going through there. You can see the path there is directly next to those 2.5 heads. Unless you want to be a divine chew toy, I would recommend another way."
But what is that makes this divine? This is big. This is terrifying. But is it divine?
Big questions, my boy. Big questions. I'm not one for books myself, but I'm sure there are some on that very topic. Perhaps your priestly friend can enlighten you.
Don't use the word enlighten for him. You will get a sermon.
He laughs good-naturedly.
Soshar, this does seem like a good place for a sermon.
I'm going to go brave it with the divine chew toy.
My new friend, would you care for administrations of the church this day?
Are you talking to Soshar or to Excalibur?
Oh, Soshar is
Excalibur.
definitely Soshar is.
Soshar is going to run in and fight the god to get away from this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Excalibur's like, well, I don't mind the company. We're all friends here, aren't we? But I promise you directions, and if you don't wish to face old giant 3 heads here, I can point you in the directions of some other landmarks that I would not say are exactly safe, but less likely to mean imminent death.
It's so tempting.
What?
Just to be like, yeah, let's just go poke the bear.
It's tempting. Well, so I have that stare down legendary ability, so I can gaze now work on things that shouldn't be scared of you. Can I dishearten a 3-headed god?
You're going to
That is a
stare
good
down
question.
God.
I mean, is this thing, I assume it is, does it even recognize that we're there?
I think you're kind of poking out, like you're not in full view, so it wouldn't have spotted you.
If I'm not staring it down then.
I mean, I'll let you know
I
that
think
the special fallouts are particularly of interest.
It's like you're tempting us to poke the bear.
Yeah.
It's like you want us to poke this bear.
Well, I was sad that nobody got the special major fallout from the Eastern Express.
But also, the idea of potentially killing a god does sound pretty fucking good.
Now, I might be making suggestions on the basis that Milo wants to go and see what this is all about. So let's just bend Kael's reality a little bit here. I don't know if he can resist the claim that there's a god next door, because it would be important to establish that it's not a god.
Weirdly, for one of the rare situations, Soshar is actually on the same page as Kael, but that is because Soshar is slowly losing in a way, faith that there are any gods or anything that actually is a god, and so I don't think Soshar even truly recognizes this behemoth as a god.
So is Soshar being like a 12 Aretha about like Kael having like a crisis of faith? And Soshar's like, well, actually, I'm not even sure if there is faith.
Yeah. That's exactly what Soshar is doing right now.
And being outdone on a personal crisis.
Yes, that is exactly where Soshar is right now.
That's very Soshar.
That's so sure.
If we do not light the way into the caverns of the hearts, where people claim for there to be gods, are we truly doing our duty down here, Soshar?
You already questioned my duty as a hound once today.
But what about your duty as a protector of the church?
Oh, that would be a little... I mean, I'm not going to do the capital S stare, but that certainly would be a little stare of... That is Kael playing with fire. My duty to the church is to keep you alive.
Well then, to duty.
Tempted to break that duty, but... Very well, let us go and investigate whether this is the better god.
Oh my god, let's go and get killed.
Zeniths, here we come!
Sometimes the boys miss a sesh and they come back. And nobody else here.
All right.
I do think we hide from enough combats. Not combats. I do think we hide from quite a lot of things of Sea Stew, like that this is a stupid decision, let's turn around. Today's not one of those days.
Excalibur looks somewhat surprised. And goes, oh, interesting. Well, boys, I wish you luck.
Is there a shortcut to the Amyrran Zone past that thing?
A shortcut? Who's to say? You're implying that it is shorter to get there through that point. But who can tell? All I can do is tell you. No, I cannot map the heart. No one can. But I'll tell you if you do manage to get past our friend here, then make sure you follow one of my arrows. I'm pretty sure I left an arrow. Down that tunnel, you take the left if you would like to go to the scabbard. You take the right if you wish to go to the gallery.
And which of those leads to the Amyrran Zone?
I'd say both, or maybe none of them, but you're on the right track. The scabbard.
Feed him to.
All I know is that the scabbard is what most people refer to as the first layer of the heart, shall we say? It's where all the scabs come from.
That's lovely. She shakes the dream heads up. Hot swap.
It's Milo's tiny head. So you proceed.
And we're back.
Yep, we're going to go and investigate the big behemoth.
Now, when you say investigate, talk to me.
I mean, kind of want it to see us and see what it does.
Well, you know Kael doesn't hide anywhere. He walks into rooms with his flaming brazier. So, it should be quite easy to get noticed.
All right, as you walk onto the path, and I think with the brazier, after a few steps, it does like one of its heads like fixes on to you, and then the other one does as well, and then the third half face turns, and you can see that it's like reaches, like leans over, and like one of the heads is almost like on the path. And it's like opening its mouth, and then the half head is kind of gnashing its teeth at you, as if it's, you know, waiting for the aeroplane of food.
Excalibur, you're up.
Yes, oh no, dear boy, I told you I can't travel with anyone else. My cross to bear.
But this thing can't move very much.
Its three heads are definitely able to reach onto the path that you have to get through.
But like the rest of this body, sorry if I missed the description, is it just in this big ass cavern?
Mm-hmm. In a pit. So you're at its head level, but it's chained down, so it can't use its hands.
Right, chain. Sorry, I think if you did say chain, that was me. I missed that chain. Sorry. What happens if we break the chains?
Do 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 do.
100 out of 10, our best episode yet.
I'll play like the first. I mean, I'll play as much as I can before I get copyright struck.
I think you should. Before we just try and walk past some snapping mouths, it would be sensible is the wrong word. It would be probably some loosely as intended that we would try to communicate with it.
I was getting ready to break its chains, but sure, this seems far more sensible than my approach.
That might come next.
It could promise us power in return for freeing it.
It could. Or we could, I don't know, destroy civilization. The odds are spicy.
In the heart, it's about 50-50, I'd say.
I think Kael will. He's a slightly sort of suicidal maniac, but I think he is still somewhat cowed by what is in front of him. But will call out, raising his flame, and shout, "Hello!" Not just hello.
Ahoy hoy.
You, who claims to be a god, do you understand us? Will you speak with us?
It fixates on you, makes some loud roaring and hideous sounding noises with its mouths. And that's it. And it
I communicate with
tries to pull on its chains, and more rock from around where it's connected starts to break up.
I would like to communicate with it.
You can try.
With my eyes.
Okay.
I'm going to try the eyes. And I'm going to try and stare at it into thinking I am the god here.
I will make that
I
a
am the big
dangerous
power.
test.
That doesn't seem like it's a wise decision.
It seems like the decision was made.
I did. I can't back out just because he said that's a dangerous role. I think that's a bit. Yeah, that's fair. I was stupid and said I'm going to stare at this thing.
Don't you worry. If you take a dangerous test,
Don't you worry.
Kyle's here to support. don't you worry, though, sir. the the abide with me ability will be activated. So if you are successful somehow, then you'll get an extra step on your dice.
Okay, I'm fine with this.
Also, you
Thanks,
might
thanks, Billy Knives, or whatever your character was called.
Fuck you! It wasn't Billy Knives. Billy Knives was the pretender.
Who died a death. Actually, you all
Oh,
died a death,
never.
apart from Pete.
So, is the domain here religion? I'm assuming so. And is there another option, hopefully?
It's still Warren religion. Actually, hang on, hold.
Damn. Oh,
Hold your fire.
okay.
But also
Cursed and wild.
Oh, for once I can use a domain.
Hey!
Because Soshar has really shit luck, so I considered that cursed. So we have the cursed domain here. So I'm going to use those 3d10.
All right.
And
so
what's
minus-
dangerous? Dangerous is minus the top 2.
Correct.
Well, I need 3 good dice.
3 good dice.
Ah.
Well, that's unfortunately taking away the 2 highest, one being a 9. You are left with a 1. Now then,
Yep, I'll take that double stress.
take double stress. So,
Wait, did say I haven't used it in a while.
No. Not this one. No. You
Look.
choose to stare down the god. It's a fucking problem.
look, technically, Goshan and Ambrosia are still there as well.
I totally support you.
What a fascinating
because-
creature! Ah!
There would be no finer test as to who has been watching.
So that's 10.
Christ.
That's 10 blood stress there.
Where did we get that? Does it work that way? Do I not just take the first one and double it?
And I'm afraid that's a major fallout.
Ooh. And you say there are
It was,
special ones?
it was D10 stress, so I rolled 2D10.
I prefer just taking the first one and doubling it. That seemed a whole lot nicer. I like the 3 and double that one. Shit. What was it to?
Blood.
I think if I'm not going to be cruel and use collateral, I am definitely going to take the one that turns this to fortune.
Okay.
I'll use my hound side of things instead.
My hound side.
Unless that's
Right.
going to really fuck you off because I chose to somehow get away from... you know what? No, you wanted the special ones. I'm assuming
you
that
get-
does require it to be blood.
You're getting the special one regardless, Mike.
Oh, right. Then I'll keep it under fortune then. I'll take that. And at least I can have mastery for the remainder of the situation.
All right. So this is what happens. You attempt to stare at this giant creature. At its eyes. Switching between all 3. And it goes into a grotesque rage. And it strains at its chains more and more and more until a hand breaks free. And with a roar, it grabs you, pulls you towards its face, and chomps down.
Oops.
Chomps
Oh,
down
no.
and takes off one of your limbs.
Ow. I don't like that at all.
Oh.
Which limb does it bite off?
I guess an arm seems the least inconvenient.
So it says any
If I'm
tasks that
allowed
would
to
benefit from 2 of the particular limb are going to be risky at the very least and possibly dangerous or impossible. Regrowing this limb or obtaining a mechanical replacement drops its fallout to one of the minor fallouts, battered or limping. So it depends if you want to...
Collateral still an option here.
So it depends if you want to still be able to fire your rifle, which I assume takes 2 hands.
Or walk.
Or be able
I was
to...
going to say, or walk.
Or you'll probably be able to use your rifle to help you walk, but you won't be able to...
Oh, that is a good point. I could, but then I can't run. But I do like the fun of the idea of using the rifle as a walking stick. Let's roll. Let's leave it to fate. Let's roll a dice because I can see merit to both.
Merits.
Well, there isn't really any merit to it, but doesn't really have a D2. 1 being arms, 2 being a leg. I'm losing an arm. I don't like that now. Can I change my mind? Can I have the leg instead? Get rid of the leg.
And now you do have to watch Fallout Season 2 because there's a ghoul character who loses an arm, but he's still trying to fire a rifle.
So I'm going to describe shooting a rifle like that from here on. If I'm going to use the foot to rest,
holding it between 2 toes. Yeah.
Yeah, I left it to fate. I'm not going to cop out now. No, I said 1 is an arm, so yeah, I'll lose an arm.
All right.
And the thought of a mechanical arm does sound pretty fun.
So you reset all of your stress as well because you took a fallout.
At least there's some blessing to this. On the upside.
And I would say the silver lining is that the god beast is now distracted, chewing on its little snack. So if you do want to try and sneak past, it's a standard difficulty. But of course, if you fail,
could be benefited by the obscuring smoke of the Praetor. If I was to try and actively waft it.
I mean, to be fair, his hand is free now, and it's a very thin path, so it could just grab at the smoke.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Well, let's try and get past in for a penny, in for a pound, mate.
I mean, I'm going to regret this, but logically it makes sense for me to roll first on this, because if I can do it as an evade and try to, after it's eaten my arm as I'm screaming, I will obviously be still trying to get everyone else past.
You can lead it, you mean?
Yeah, I'll still be trying to keep it distracted on me as I try to get everyone past, but I'm still going to be trying to move away from it down this tunnel at the same time. So I'm going to try and evade first, but if I succeed on my evade, everyone else gets to roll with mastery.
I like it.
So,
okay.
Annoyingly in this one, because it might fuck me over again in a real second. But in this one,
Soshar could be hilarious.
Are we going to do Black Knight scene for real?
Tis but a flesh.
I've got 3 more chances.
Yep. To be fair, I was very surprised that I rolled that much blood stress and then a 7 as well.
Oh man.
It started off stupid, and unfortunately, I paid the
around
price
and
for
found out.
stupidity.
Look, yeah, play stupid games for stupid prizes. That is us right now.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking maybe I should have taken the collateral and reintroduced it after being called out, but
Right, come on
I
then.
guess I'll roll my evade.
Hey.
Hey, look at that.
So
Succeed.
somehow you manage to have the wherewithal after getting an arm bitten off.
I think
Be like-
as he's biting me, I would be, as it's trying to eat on me, I'd be screaming at the others to go now.
Yeah.
But I can't. Josh can't scream at the same time as doing that, or turn that gravelly voice into a scream of pain at the same time.
Yeah. All right, nice.
But
Everyone else
we really
gets.
need, we really need to work on our efforts here.
Yeah, you think Matt Mercer would put up with that?
It's not Matt Mercer in this I'm worried about. It's more my partner thinking, what the fuck is going on up there?
That's true.
It's more what I'm concerned about.
Yeah. I think that as well sometimes.
That's my problem. Yeah. I'm just going to scare the cat.
All right, so Kael, you can roll with extra dice then.
Extra
With
dice.
mastery.
Well, I've got no evade, but I do have the cursed domain.
So now you
So-
have a mastery on it, so you've got an extra dice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're welcome. Only
a
cost
big
me
3.
one arm.
Don't say it's the big 3. Don't say that.
Look, can't be what. Well, it's a bloody double 10.
It's the big 3.
The second time that's happened in this campaign.
Wow. Wowzer. And you know what? Sometimes I would say in like a sort of non-combat role, like, oh, you always get your 10s on the, I'm quite happy here, actually.
All things considered, yeah, it's quite an important one. And I'll say that with the double 10, you can help Goshan and Ambrosia get through, because I don't know how.
No, make
would-
them roll. Roll for them.
I don't think you want to deal with explaining to Mikey why he lost a limb while he wasn't here.
Yeah, it'd be quite
The
funny.
bees would have protected the
It
limb.
would be hilarious, though. It would be funny.
I mean, I'll do it for larks. So Alex has no domain or. Okay, so Alex, Goshan would have passed. That's good. And another 2 for Ambrosia. Ambrosia passed.
What a day to pull out all the rolls.
Amazing. A sea
You
of
made it
green.
past.
You made it through my
She, like,
chain guard puzzle.
So nonchalant. We made it past. Who did their duty now?
I'm not sure Kael feels that good about himself.
Classic PC. Lose an arm to prove a point.
I did my duty. He protected you.
Are you happy now? All right.
Ignoring the fact that Soshar kind of egged this god on by trying to stare it down, he's turning this into,
Yeah, you could have
I did you a favor.
You could have started with the evade mastery, but I guess it still would have been. I think it was still dangerous. Otherwise,
That's worth it.
Was it?
what's a little sacrifice for the good of the cause?
Right, you know.
So you carry on, and you hear as you cross to the other side, you hear Excalibur Carter saying, "Bravo, chaps! Bloody bravo! I'll include that in my drawing."
with the good arm, I'm gonna flip him off on the way back, like as we're walking off.
And so, which direction do you go from what he suggested? The scabbard or the gallery?
I mean, he said the scabbard was like the first layer of the heart was his wording, wasn't it? Top layer, first layer, something.
Scabbard does
Which
sound
does-
horrible.
It does. I was gonna say, but it does sound horrible. Whereas Soshar's missing an arm right now and has got a bloody stump right there. So finding a haven would probably be preferable.
Perhaps he could do with a really big scab.
You're losing a lot of blood.
People really hate on scabs, man, but like they're really good.
Oh, and you can give him one of those cones like you get from the vet, so he doesn't lick it.
Yes.
What has this session descended into?
Oh, trying to stare down a god. You got your arm off.
I take it because it was.
Can't be trusted without a cone.
I take it as.
You can see that as Sam's cat had a cone, but it was.
Oh no.
I've got the pictures of our dogs with a donut on.
I think
I'm taking it as more because it was a fortune stress is what I took on it in the end. I'm taking this as this may actually have been a divine being, and so when it bit through, it's kind of cauterized it all at the same time, so it's not a bloody bleeding stump that I'm going to bleed out from any second.
Yeah. Or of course, perhaps Kael could have cauterized it for you. He's got quite a big cauterization tool.
Right now, I prefer the god approach to this.
Okay.
Because it lets him stay on the I won somehow in this. Not sure what he won, but Soshar did won his duty.
I am, however, with your assessment that something that sounds somewhat closer to a haven might be a good place to head next, especially since Excalibur said, well, every way is the right way.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of the scabbard anywhere near as much as the gallery. I'm hoping it is like just a nice, pretty art gallery.
Yeah, it's going to be like the Gallery of Sorrow when we get there.
No, the GM
The
wouldn't do that to us.
Gallery of Sorrow.
Yeah, from that famous jingle.
Yeah. It's a Green Day song, actually.
Oh, I think I'm loose. I was like, maybe I could hear it. I don't know.
No, it's not really. I made it up.
Sounds like it could have been though, you know.
Yeah. It's the Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Yeah.
Gallery of Sorrow.
Let's go to the Gallery of Probably Sorrow then.
Okay.
Nice, peaceful art gallery. That's all I'm hoping for.
Soshar, it seems the strength of the goddess truly flows through you. The way you are able to keep on going despite suffering such a terrible wound in her name.
It's my duty. Look at my badge.
Well, you do the order proud.
The Order of the Hounds.
Sure.
The church may have made me get this badge, but I have earned it since.
Well, you certainly have now, my child.
Honourable discharge.
That tickled me.
That's all it took. You want to get your final badge certification? Get your arm bitten off by a god. It's the final stage.
Yeah. In service to the Delve. Yeah.
That god had more impact on us than yours had.
I'm not sure if this is a good or a bad thing, but as far as theological discussions go, it is at least interesting.
Yeah, Sosar's only got the "my dad's bigger than your dad" kind of jokes now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I'm just going to start worshipping that god. He's cool.
If I worship him, he might give me my arm back.
Yeah, you might get to grow a massive one, like him. Alright, so you finally leave this delve. And you come across this place that you can only describe as a gallery. it almost seems like as you enter, you just go from this underground rock and mud tunnel and you enter into a gallery that you could have found on a street in Derelictus. And there's rooms with paintings on the walls, sculptures in the middle. And yeah, you're free to wander around. And there are a couple of haunts to recover mind and supply stress, if you wish.
Weirdly, my stresses are all gone right now.
Any limb shops?
Not quite.
Just in the gift shop on the way out. They've got a whole wall of them.
There are sculptures of humanoid figures.
Any moving sculptures? That
No
could do
moving
with now being removed.
There's no moving sculptures. There's one that you come across, and the little plaque says that it's the theme is humanoid shapes being tortured or disemboweled by unseen horrors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Charming. Who's the artist?
You read that the artist is called
Larry.
Magdalena Asbar.
Either this is a really well-written thing that had that prepared, or you were really quick with that. Either way, does respect go in some direction?
And all the sort of paintings look very, very sort of like it's of the same artist. It has a similar theme. They're like sketches, as well as the statue sculptures. And some of them, it looks like you even recognise maybe some of the landmarks where you've been. You sort of you see maybe a sort of a landscape of Tollembrood. You see a beautiful meadow with a factory building sat in the middle, ready to devour its resources. Tree-like creatures looking on. You see a mire with blood-red sky. And you look closely enough, you see the corner of a train sticking out of the mud.
Turned out to not be the nicest gallery.
And you come across a drow standing by a rather large, and there are a couple of people milling around. This is a landmark, but you see one drow standing by a very large drawing painting, and the painting is of like, you know that episode of The Simpsons when they draw Mr. Burns naked?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks a bit like that, with a very unfortunate member, and it bears some resemblance to the drow next to it, but it's obviously a cruel interpretation. And he's saying, well, I don't, well, I'm not the nicest guy, but I don't think I deserve this. Magdalena, what was she thinking?
Want to meet this artist.
Is the
And then
artist around?
but then as you do go up to him, you see, as he turns towards you, and he's saying, Delvers, please, you must know the way back to Derelictus. I have no idea how I ended up here, but please, could you help me get back? I'll pay you anything that I have. And then you see he has a plaque on his forehead, as if he is also part of the exhibit.
Oh.
Oh, we shouldn't stay here. You don't want to go the way we came.
Tis but a scratch.
I think some inquiries need to be made. My friend, we have just arrived at this place, and suddenly the installations are unusual. What can you tell us of this place? Is it safe here? What sort of realm is this?
He says, I don't bloody know, I just woke up here. I have no idea how I got here. Magdalena's created some sort of... I don't know what it is. Maybe she was favoured by the heart and it decided to play cruel tricks on anyone who has done the slightest bit of wrong. All I did was give her one bad review. One bad review, that's all I gave.
Well, I've heard those reviews can be bad for business. Maybe... No, I should never say that anyone deserves this, but... Have you ever been called a Karen before?
No. My name is
That's
Janos.
probably nothing, something I read in an old scripture. Soshar, brother, I believe we should keep you as far as physically possible away from this artist. If they don't react well to being offended. Far, far away.
What are you trying to say?
Perhaps back to the god. No, nothing, just... Perhaps she's a little sensitive and... You're mean to everyone.
Oh yes, and your sermons will obviously later.
I haven't even offered my sermons yet, but I probably shall.
I'm sure fire and artwork go hand in hand. They will love seeing breezes around in here.
I've heard it said that art is fire for the soul. So maybe there is a match here, even though as I look up and see the artwork, I do struggle to make the connection myself.
I think Soshar's going to go and enjoy looking around at some of these nice artworks. See if he does bump into the artist.
Soshar actually can do whatever it is you don't want to do. Just go and squirt blood on the
I think
face.
it's more. I don't trust this guy. I do agree. I do agree with Kael on that front. But I'm kind of curious to see what other horrors lay in this place.
So you can walk...
I'm into poking around.
But you said it shows us lots of places we have been. There are paintings of places we have been.
Some, maybe 2 or 3, yeah.
But there's obviously a lot more than just 2 or 3 things around.
Yep. Yep.
Is there any paintings of the heart?
Nothing that you would probably think of as the heart. But obviously, the heart is so big. You assume, since you can go in it.
I think it's worth exploring around and looking for some of these haunts. Is there anything here that would help soothe the mind and body rather than unsettle it?
There is up to D8 mind or D6 supplies in the haunts.
And what if you've got absolutely nothing to trade because you're a priest?
You give up.
reach
You take supply stress,
Yeah.
equivalent to what you
Trade of
wanted.
Services. Sermons for bandages. Basically, doctors have orders.
Wait, how much stress do you have at the moment?
Middling. I'm like half full on mind and blood.
I mean, as you've been giving Soshar some sass, he can stir you into telling you to get on with it and stop being a little whiny bitch here, and we can call that no sympathy, where you get the mend, mind, or blood d6.
That's good.
Sounds perfect. Well, you know what? I actually think it is perfect because he's like, I don't know.
You're doing sass.
Maybe he's feeling a little, feeling the journey a little bit, feeling a little sorry for himself this time. And then Soshar is like, I've lost an arm, and he needs to be reminded that he's a penitent and he just needs to shrug it off.
There you go. Have a d6 mend mind. I assume you were asking for the mind there, but it technically works either way.
I think either would work, but I'll go mind because I think that fits the.
There you go. Have your nice d6 healing on that front for free.
Whoop.
Well, it's not totally for free. You got insulted in.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Good roll.
Yeah, you really.
These eyes, I've let these eyes go for a little while, and I've brought them right back today for good and bad.
Yeah, well, you've pointed them at a more appropriate target.
I think you remind Kael that you easily could have used him as a human shield, like you did before when you faced the Rat King in the good old days.
Yeah, I think that's it.
In the early days of your adventures together.
Perfect. Well, in that case, I think we just use a little time to just explore and see what else is around here. Maybe the artist is around.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, though.
Me neither.
You don't find anyone who seems to be the artist. Everyone else here is just kind of the few other people are walking around looking at the paintings and the sculptures.
Do they have
Moving
plaques?
on.
Sorry. You said the other guy had a plaque, suggesting he is kind of an exhibit here. Do the other people who are walking around?
No, they look more like you. They look more like travelers and delvers who are just moving on through.
Okay, so it's not looking like anyone who gets stuck here for a bit of time becomes part of the thing.
No, I mean, he said he woke up there.
Okay, cool. So he's the exception more than the norm. That's somewhat reassuring.
Is there anything specific you want to do whilst you're here? As I would, just before we end, I would like to just move us on quickly just to the next section.
No, there's nothing else weird and wonderful to jump out. I'm good.
I want to look at the pictures.
Maybe Soshar does. Stare them into submission too today.
Yeah. He's actually a really big fan of art.
There is another side to Soshar after all this.
Yes, exactly. He had to give up his art critic days when he became a hound. You just catch Soshar like looking at a painting, be like, "Gosh, it's so derivative." So you leave the gallery, and at the end of it, it seems like it's all like normal white walls that kind of look like, like you're in like a cool bohemian attic space gallery, you know. And then all of a sudden it kind of looks like it's been destroyed, like cut, like the gallery's been chopped. Like there's bits of wood sticking out of the wall. The walls just end and it's like bits of wood sticking out. And it opens into a wider space. And it's pretty much like a desolate, grassy scrubland. There's a night sky above you, and there's a ceaseless, keening wind that whips up the dust. And you come across these stone ruins. They look like they've been here for a very, very long time. All of the whatever's been sculptured on them has been worn away by the wind. And the way that the ruins are laying, it's sort of like circular in nature, but they're kind of broken, but you get a feeling that they're kind of circular. And as you get to the center of the circle of this old ruin, you see a figure made of bone crystal. And as you get closer, it looks uncannily like Kael Emberlost.
No! Well. This is exciting and concerning. I'm excited and concerned.
And just so you know, Josh, the one of the zenith abilities of a heretic, at the end they turn into ossified bone crystal.
On. That bodes well.
It's quite ominous.
Yeah.
And that's the Ascension one. And I think that's the one that you...
Yeah.
That's not one of the ones that you picked, was it?
No. The other two were more likely the ones I liked. Ooh.
This is the one where you take on an angelic form.
Yeah. Yeah, you take an angelic form and then turn to a statue. And then like inspire future delvers and things and stay in the heart forever.
And it says in your new form, your many hyperdimensional claws and appendages. So let's say it's got your moon head back.
Oh no! So it's very specifically.
And you're bewinged. Well, you've got rid of your moon head, so maybe it's not you.
Yeah, it can't be that common though. It can't be that common. Cool. Oh,
they're giving out moon heads left, right, and centre.
Oh my.
Nice, and let's end on that lovely note.
Yeah, sick.
And I think both of you managed to get a beat.
Beat time.
Beat time.
After you, Josh.
Get into trouble as someone discovers your checkered past.
Yes.
Which did happen as we got told to leave the firebase.
Yeah.
I assume spoil any chance of using that in again.
Yeah. And, not to mention that we all know you're a fraud now.
Did my duty.
Yeah. But, are you really doing your duty under a fake license?
He got the license legitimately, paperwork-wise.
Is this about as legitimate as how Sir Duncan comes to be?
Not far off.
I found it. Ta-da!
I think at least Dunk gets knighted by another knight, whereas Soshar
I suppose he does. He
given
just
a
can't-
dead
he just
man's
can't prove it,
badge
right?
by a
And
third
told
party.
this is now yours.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kael was lovely and positive and spreading the joy of faith and also punishing an NPC for wrongdoing.
Yes. Yeah. I actually didn't expect that because that was part of Josh's thing, but it tied in nicely.
Yeah, it just felt like a good opportunity to suddenly whip out the, like,
A smackdown.
oh, it's not all brotherhood and forgiveness necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
You didn't want to punish
that's
the god for wrongdoing? Just to secure
had
it?
his fill of that for the day, you know.
Yeah.
Met his punishment quota. Just didn't feel it was necessary. Yeah.
I am half tempted to tie that god now into Soshar's character. One of the ability options I could take is, just rephrase it slightly, but was our glorious lady. You found the goddess at the bottom of a bottle. She turned your life around. It's kind of going to phrase that too. Suddenly he sees that big fucking thing actually as a god. Gain the religion domain, and once per session, clear D4 blood stress from an ally as you beseech the goddess for their protection. Maybe I'm going to start praising the guy who's got my arm. Or-
so hearty.
Or I'm going to take Sergeant and actually make a thing of the duty side of things and focus on the Hound side.
You did mention duty quite a few times today.
And it does offer blood protection, which I think is slightly appropriate. That ability of Sergeant, I think I might actually start needing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one feels most fitting. I think
You'd feel promotion yourself, and then if you ever meet Sergeant Penguin again, then you can be same rank as him.
But again, it's one of those things of Soshar's decided he earned a promotion by having his arm eaten off.
Yeah, tier medals. I'm sure it can be arranged. Get out your little handbook, your little Hound primer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take Sergeant. Let's get promotion.
Yeah. Meanwhile, so I don't know if the other classes are quite as much as this, but like the penitent ones are very. I don't think they are as the penitent ones are way like they're more like pillars. That you get an ability and then there's 3 minors to support them. So each time it's just kind of building out each one, which I quite like. So
I think they've done that because they're all the 5 aspects, aren't they? Of the
So it was a bit of a barrier when I was like couldn't get a second major. So I was just like, well, I guess they just keep going here. But now I like the idea that from this encounter with the god, perhaps, and all this screaming cacophony, he learned another fragment, which means his speak the name of the god weapon is now brutal.
Nice.
So you can stare him down. You know, Kael can shout him down. We don't even need weapons.
You transcended the need for mere weapons.
Exactly.
Which is weird because the mage in your party uses guns.
We have a mage in the party?
Oh yeah, there's the guy who shoots bees. That's him.
Oh yes, no, it must be that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to a pocket dimension like 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's really good as well. That spell is really good. And I think I read like you can do it so you can make it so you go back to the same one each time. So theoretically, you could just keep stuff there or keep someone there in the pocket dimension.
Don't mention that we can start taking prisoners and having hostages in the pocket dimension. You know where the party of sickos will end up going.
Well, we don't have Daryl anymore, and I recall now how how much Daryl was a fan of taking prisoners or murdering them, depending on whichever logic he's following that day.
Special Daryl logic.
Yes. What about, we got a bit of time, about beats? Next beats?
Future beats, yeah. Another minor.
Do you guys both have mages in play still?
It's not on there, but we've discussed my one. Yes, I've still got my major in play.
I see it. Yeah. You can do double major if you want.
Then yes, definitely.
I don't know how good a steady stream of minors is, because I'm not a PC.
I mean, for the penitent, not amazing. I don't know if it is the same for the others, but they're also not bad because like you could just keep steadily. Like there's more domains I could get access to and things, which is broadly quite useful. But the mages feel like expansion of the character's skill set, which is more interesting.
And I assume if you did complete a major and wanted to take a minor ability, there's no reason you couldn't.
I often go to the bank and say, "Here's £20. Can you change it to a 10?"
Yeah.
I mean, I'd let you do that if you wanted. I don't see why not.
Because there's only so many major unlocks you can do, whereas there are a lot more minor abilities to take. So if I did 2 majors next and did them, I think I have every category of major.
But should we say exchange rate 2- for a major? So if you want to trade,
it does benefit me big time because I just start flying through abilities at that point.
I think that's fair to say.
Oh man, I see as I open beat sheet number 1. Worship or vigorously abjure a new and perilous god. Oh, a swing and a miss.
Now I can't. I've missed that. I mean, I feel like I might have to make him. I might genuinely think about that one and actually start making this god Soshar's thing.
Maybe you could go back and visit it again.
I wouldn't say. I would argue, obviously, I just can't worship it, and the next thing just start saying this is now my god. But if I start to make it Soshar's thing, that could be quite fun to have my god's bigger than your god.
Although I will say it's not really in the nature of how beats work because the beats are things that haven't happened yet that I have to put in place. So you can't really get a beat for something that's already happened.
No, but it's the worshipping part and start making it more of a thing. So we've encountered it. It's whether that religion is something Soshar wants to explore and make his thing to kind of annoy Kael.
I think if you take that religion domain and then by the end of next session, if we feel like you've suitably...
it's been a major beat. I think I'd have to prove it over more than a session. I think even
it's a major beat. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it'd be very much a cop-out to... I'd have to start making it a thing.
I want to say... I'm going to go out on a limb and say that is... Where is it? Oh, yeah. What's abjure?
Let's Google.
Like I want to say like reject and like oppose, but
solemnly renounce.
But it certainly does. That god certainly was perilous.
I wouldn't say it's new though.
Ooh. Oh, all right. I'm gonna take that beat then. I just develop my character that direction anyway to annoy Kael.
I think that beat is referring to the one who waits.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to worship that one.
That's the only new god on the scene.
I think I'm going to stick with minor and major because I think the major ones are a bit like two different story things to happen, and it's just a bit like waiting for one of them to sort of occur, whereas the minor ones are a bit more easy breezy. I don't know which one though. I've taken a few of the good ones, and some of them are like super easy breezy.
Yeah. I will say we're probably going to be the end of chapter 3 next session. So I think 70% sure.
Maybe a beat sheet one.
If there's any on there that you're thinking saving in the back pocket, I would pick now. Befriend a fellow delver in the heart.
I just saw that.
You've done one already. You've just met a really friendly guy. This is just a list of Mikey ones. Confess to your friend what you've envisioned as good death. Drop something from a sick great height. He's got take pity on a fellow traveller right now.
Maybe I'll just sneak in, express a hitherto unspoken desire. Then start thinking of some strange desire that he's got.
Hitherto.
Have we had willfully misinterpret a clue yet?
I feel like something that Alex would do by accident. But I don't think so.
I'll try that one. Let's try that. I'll see if I can have some fun with that.
Yeah.
It sounds like one that's also, again, potential for chaos.
It's my new god. He's telling me. Kill everything.
Does feel like something that god would request.
Yeah, if Kael's anything to go by.
Don't we talk about?
Smoosh. All right. Let me just think if I have any stars or wishes. I'll give you both stars. I feel like it's a very fun RP session. You made I did not expect you to go into the chain god room, and that was very funny.
I'm surprised and pleased. Surprised at us and pleased with how it all played out. I'm going to give a star to Hodge for not using his fucking ability.
Yeah.
I really wanted to.
Oh man, no! I thought it was a really fun little duo.
I really enjoyed today.
Yeah, and the good thing about less players is you get a lot more beat focus, more chance to get beats.
Yeah, it was good. It's not. I think it. I always say I prefer the dynamic overall when there's more of us and things spread around a bit more. But like then when you do a smaller session, like you do get to kind of play off each other specifically a bit more.
Yeah, it feels like you can focus more on your guys' stories and how stuff's affecting you. I mean, it was always going to be a big focus on you guys based on how we left off the last session and Hodge getting to interact with the hounds.
And being shamed by them, and didn't like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, shame. Wouldn't know. My character wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Do you know, he tried to shame Soshar today, so I think Kael does know a thing or two about that. Questioned his duty a few times, called him a fraud, maybe I think was the word he used.
I don't know if Kael called you a fraud. I think I might have called you a fraud.
Potato, potato.
I really enjoyed that character. Olly, I think that was really good fun. He was perfectly annoying in a way that was just kind of fun to hang out with.
Excalibur Carter, yes. It does tell you to play him like a Victorian explorer, Toodle Pip and all that. So I was like, sold. Don't tell me twice.
Yep,
It
that's
reminded
exactly
me of
my next character.
It reminded me of when we did Descent into Avernus, and there was that one character who was basically a Jack Sparrow fey creature, and it was like I finally get to not play a devil or a weird creature or a hobgoblin. Ooh, sign my contract. No. Why not?
No, you're obviously a devil.
Yeah. Well,
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Good session. Enjoyed that.
Thank you very much
Thankfully,
for tonight. Yeah, great night.
I think you already. Well, not around next week at all.
Oh. All right. Well, you have to maybe rejoin us in chapter 4.
Yes, so I'm sure I'll miss big revelations, which is always nice.
You'll miss the boss fight. Yep.
That is unfortunate.
Optional boss fight, as always. Tradition.
Oh well, I'm sure the optional boss fight, if I'm away, will result in Kael being sent to almost certain doom. So if that's the case, I just request that his abilities get used.
Exactly. When are you going? Monday or?
Going Tuesday morning, and then I'll be back like Thursday night.
Okay. Cool.
There is technically Monday is free, but that will be like my only free time for the entire week.
Nice.
It's a work trip.
Yeah.
You up for a bit of voice acting this week? For my next chapter?
Yeah. No problem there.
Nice.
Love to. Send me the notes.
Yeah, you said voice.
I promise I won't just do it like this. I will. All right. Yeah, no worries.
Cool.
I'd love to.
Nice. I've got a big, nice, chunky bit of prose, and then a children's nursery rhyme, which I think Mikey will be perfect for. So
He should be well practiced.
yeah. All right, chaps.
Peace out, nerds.
Have a good night.
Cool. Bye.
Bye.